New game changer on tonight. Leah Steele, she's amazing. In fact, she's doing some crazy things. She owns the Boss Bitch transmission. I'm on a mission, changing the way we can do all of this, changing the way we can play life. It seems that we all have our strict beliefs. Chi flowing doesn't matter. It seems I'm throwing life in. What's the next word? Drop it in the comments. It's all about to come in. I command in this floor. Yeah, I'm bringing more. Yeah, I feel like I'm coming from a heartfelt space. I got my hair in a nice place, but then if you mess it up, it doesn't matter, it doesn't change the face. Drop past you tonight in Malula Bar. Yes, did you see me dancing? I was dancing real far. Dylan Kelly, you should have said hi. I haven't seen you since like primary school. That's crazy, man, but it's kind of cool. I like the way you could do the splits too. You gotta teach me sometime, man. Incorporate some new moves. I hope our next guest is ready to go. I'm ready to add her in, ready for the show. I keep on flowing. Technical difficulties doesn't surprise me. It's Facebook, man. We live. Oh, next word is space. Funny how that. I'm moving with grace. Let's see if we get our next guest on board. I don't know. It's still not working, yo. But that's okay. I'm going to continue this flow. Maybe it's an hour of just me freestyle rapping. Oh, who's next? Tuning in. Let's rap in. Travis Scott in the space. Come on. Bring on another comment. I remember when we was working. Oh, Leah's ready for the next. Invite the guests. Travis, man, I always love when you're tuning in, Travis. Travis was the chef of my, like, back when I worked on the cruise ship. He makes the best food ever. All right, we got our next game changer ready. Thank you for everyone just staying on board.
Hey, love.
Hello, hello.
Okay. I'm like,
Okay.
let me try to, like, get situated. I was, like, trying to find my phone. I didn't know where my phone was. Okay.
Thank you for just jumping on last minute. We had another game
You're
changer,
welcome.
but technical difficulties with his phone. I'm excited. Leah, when you're ready.
It happens.
Yeah, it does. When you're ready, do you want to just like...
You know, I'm always good to go. I'm ready. I'm just turning
You
my
are.
on.
You are. That's what I love about you. And do you want to just drop in a little, maybe 30 seconds, minute of what you're up to in the world, what you do?
Sure. I am Leah Steele. I am what am I? I am a badass boss witch. I am a spiral practitioner. I am hold on. Let's get the phone set up here.
Yep. Love it.
All right. I've been out all day. I literally just got home and I was like, oh, I'm going to take a little break and sit down for a minute. And then I was like, hey, Jackson's on. I'll just check out his live.
Boom.
Okay.
Now you're on the live.
So what am I doing in the world? You know, I think that the main thing that I do is I am a huge advocate of women and empowering women to step into their spiritual gifts and to rediscover their soul purpose and create a life where they're able to do their purpose work without judgment. So I'm super witchy. I do a lot of different things. I teach women how to develop their clair senses. I have a badass mastermind of like real world changers, women out there that are just literally changing the game as we know it in the spiritual space. I just launched my amazing 6-figure witch platform with Dane Thomas that you're a part of.
It's beautiful.
So,
Everyone, I'll change the description so everyone can find the link to that as well. And I guess I'll move into some questions now. What has been like the significant game-changing moment in your life that really like stopped you and said, oh, this is going to change the way I play life?
Oh, like the most recent one? I've had so many, I feel like.
Yeah, I want to go for the most recent one.
Okay, so most recent, you know, I moved my entire family from the United States to Bali 2 months ago. Woo! So me, my husband, my 12-year-old son, and my 4-year-old son, we picked up and left the United States and moved across the world to Bali, and it already has been, I mean, total game changer for me. So, and that's like me following my bliss, right? Like living like living the lifestyle that I've always wanted to and desired to live.
Yeah, now it's happening. Now it's changing. And what was the inspiration or what was the drive behind that? Because you got the lifestyle that you always want to live, right? And then you got actually stepping into that. And
Yeah.
so, what was the momentum that allowed you to step into that?
Well, Spiral, I think. So doing Spiral with Dane Thomas for sure was helped me to get really clear about where I was holding myself back,
Right.
where I was not stepping fully into my desires, where
Hmm.
I was playing small and not fully owning like all the amazing things that I deserve to have in life. And so, you know, went through Spiral with Dane and really realized that living in the United States was not something that I desired to do anymore, and that I wanted to create an opportunity for myself, my husband, and my children to be world citizens instead of just citizens of the United States. And
Mm,
made a plan and did the damn thing.
did the damn thing. World citizens. Oh, it's got such a good vibe to it. Can I just speak to doing the damn thing? Because something that's really resonating with me right now. And, in terms of doing the damn thing, we have so much, like most people have hang-ups, or they just, something comes in that sabotages it. They get distracted on the next best project. And what's really like been the one changing factor for you that's like, oh, it's been this simple to just do the damn thing. Like even just jumping on this live and being in the moment with this game changer live, like that's a big game changing moment as well that most people would feel inadequate in taking even in the first place.
So, for me, I made a decision a few years back that I was going to live my life divinely guided, and that whatever that looked like, whatever I was directed to do, just like this live stream, just like being on this live stream and you being like, hey Leah, will you hop on? It's like if I'm in a space where I'm physically able to do something and something like this shows up for me, I do it. And
Mm,
for me, that's not about, it's a little bit difficult to explain this, but I say to my clients all the time that I surrendered my free will to the will of the divine. So when I receive the
mm,
divine guidance, then I simply take the inspired action, whether I want to or not, whether I agree or not, whether I, because my mind is what has kept me small all this time. My heart and my soul know. They know what I'm meant to be doing. They know where I'm meant to be. And if I keep that connection to source and higher self, and I simply take inspired action based on the divine guidance I'm receiving, like that's really what changed everything for me and what allows me to live this life and make the money that I'm making and launch the programs that I'm launching and have the success that I'm having, is that, I say yes, and it's that it is it's a surrender of sorts.
mm. Yeah, yeah. I love the part too where it was like this idea of your mind keeping you small, and by choosing to surrender, whether or not up here agrees, it's actually a very empowering thing to step into
Yeah.
and get consistent with as well. What what advice would you give out there to people in this idea of surrender? Because we want to be in so much control. It's like, I want to control the thing and I want that thing to happen that way. So someone like yourself that's getting really, I dare say, really good at this idea of surrendering to it as well as executing. Because there's a difference. Like sometimes when you surrender, it's like, cool, I'll just surrender to whatever I feel today. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, oh, but versus like a surrender with execution.
Yeah. So, I think that our minds can
Hmm.
talk us out of and create every excuse for us not to do something. And
Hmm.
I know for me, it is about showing up and taking action, because I do believe, it's not a surrender of, oh, I'm going to surrender and then I'm just going to sit around on my ass and the universe is going to deliver me all of this amazing life that I'm living. That's not it.
Hmm.
It's that I have to do my part. And when I take radical action, then the universe will always rise up to support me. And so
Yeah.
for me, it very much is, um, knowing that showing up in my business is something that I get to do every day.
Yeah.
And that I hate the word consistency. Like I really hate the word, but at some level it's like for people just starting out, yes, you surrender, but you also take action, and you take the action even when you don't want to take the action. So when you're directed to do something, you don't let your mind give you the 15 reasons why you shouldn't do it or why you can't do it or why you're too busy. It's like, no, you shut the fuck up and you go do the thing. Can I
Mm-hmm.
curse on
Mm-hmm.
your podcast, Jackson? Because you know that like that's not
Absolutely not.
possible
I'm
for me not
absolutely
to.
not gonna kick you off, actually. Fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So speak to me in the last, like, I don't know, couple years. Even couple years isn't probably a good sort of reference point because we're evolving so quickly. You know, the Leah 3 years ago is like dead. So
Yeah.
even let's just take in the last 6 months or so. What have you got better at saying no to?
All the shit that I hate. Like
Yeah.
literally, I've gotten really, really good at saying no to the things that are hard. I absolutely
Mm,
believe that my business operates from a place, my business and my life operate from a place of flow and ease. And if something's
mm,
hard, um, I'm not doing it right. I'm not in an alignment if I'm having to push or I'm having to force. And so I've gotten
mm,
really good at saying no to that. I've
yeah.
also gotten really good at saying no to my excuses and all my bullshit.
Yeah.
All the reasons why I can't do something, all the reasons why, it would be better for me to sit on my lawn chair and finish my gin and tonic than get on this call with you, right? But it's like,
I
and
love it.
so and so for me, like that is what I've gotten really good at, is recognizing when it's my excuses and
Mm,
choosing to silence that voice.
mm, yeah. Yeah, that's hitting home, and especially saying no to when something's like a struggle. It's like, oh, I'm forcing this. The ability to say no and saying no to your excuses. Everyone that's tuning in, also, by the way, we're going to open up the space at the end of this to ask Leah any questions. This is a golden opportunity. If you need to ask any questions, start popping them in the comments below. Leah, can you tell me, in your area of expertise, what's some like just some bad advice that you hear?
What's something what?
What's some bad advice that you hear in your area of expertise? Things that you go,
Oh my
oh,
gosh.
you know?
There's so much. Bad advice. I think that this thing that we were just talking about, that um, taking action, doing the hard stuff, continuing to push through, continuing to force when it's difficult.
Mm,
Um, that
mm,
to any type of following a cookie cutter model of selling or putting offers out in the world or showing up in your business, because I truly believe that like there is no right way, that we all have our own way. So when somebody's trying to force you to model or copy their way, it's like, that's my first sign that I need to run for the hills, because there is no right or wrong way.
yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah. Cookie cutter. I think a lot of people can relate to that right now. Awesome. And so, wicked. So, can you tell me now what's like something that's $100 or less that you've just invested into that you're like, boom, that's an amazing investment?
That I just invested into myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So just before I got on
Yeah.
the call with you, my really good friend Alexa Martinez, who is
Mm-hmm.
a she's a sex coach, but she's kind of all about education and consciousness. She just created
Yeah.
a want, will, won't list that's like 16 pages long. And she
Yeah.
was talking about it on a live stream with her partner the other day, and I was like, I really want, I want that. And I've been hounding her for like 3 days, like, give me that list, and so she was going to just send it to me, and we were talking about a couple of things, but she ended up actually creating an offer where you can purchase the Want, Will, Won't list. And so Want, Will, Won't, and so for me, like, love this idea, because then I get to be really, really clear and transparent with my husband about sexually what I desire, what I am willing to do, and what I won't do. And I mean, it has every possible like stuff I've never even heard of on it. So I'm really excited to like fill that out. So it was $39, and I purchased that like right before, and I know it's going to be like huge game changer in my personal life. And I think like with anything else, when we're talking about sexuality or consciousness in that area, like it impacts every area of your life, right?
Yeah. Love it.
So Alexa has this amazing group, the Kaleidoscope. If you're not in there, like you have to join the Kaleidoscope. It's so good. It's just like such an amazing, like supportive, sexually conscious community.
We'll put that in the description. And anyone that's tuning in, the description doesn't match who's on the live right now. We did a change halfway through. That's just called radical action, and I love it. Cool. Leah, can you tell me about like what's one absurd sort of like habit or thing that you do?
That I do?
Yeah.
Oh,
That you love to
absurd,
do.
huh?
Yeah, it's like an absurd little thing. It's like a cheeky little thing that you love to do.
I don't know. Now I'm like thinking like I need to be more cheeky, maybe. Like, what's up with me? Like, what do I do? I'm like, I feel like everything I do is so boring now that you asked me this question. So, I don't know. I mean, like, I think for me right now, my biggest thing, and I don't think it's cheeky, but my biggest thing that like I'm just all about right now is visiting the parallel realms, and really like embracing this idea of the infinite now, and that I get to create this reality by visiting my other realities that are in existence right now. So that's kind of my like, that's the thing I'm like bordering on obsessed with right now, that is like taking up all my free time. So
that's pretty cheeky. You can make that cheeky.
Some cheeky things happen in the parallels, I will tell you that.
That's awesome. And let's talk books. I love books. I read a lot of them. I have like a shelf of them right now. I know you love books as well. Is there a book that you'd like to throw out to the audience right now, to everyone that's tuning in, that's like, oh, get that book?
I'm reading Being Supernatural by Joe Dispenza right now. It's amazing. I mean, like, I can't recommend that book enough. I've been talking about it nonstop. Yeah, there we go. It's amazing. It's amazing. Becoming Supernatural, becoming supernatural. Yeah. So I'm reading that right now. I have like at any given time, like 10 to 15 books going. So I'm really, really obsessed with human design right now. So I'm reading a great book called Understanding Human Design. And I've always got, some kind of witchy stuff going. I'm reading a book about voodoo in New Orleans right now. So.
Good. There's some good juicy books in there as well. I love that because I'm the same. I always have like 5 or 6 different books going, and you can the variety is necessary. At least I personally think. Awesome. And so everyone too that's tuning in, we're going to open up the space. Also, if you have any questions for Leah, just drop them in the comments. And Leah, tell me in like the next 6 months, where you heading? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, 6-figure months in the next 3 months. That's kind of like, that's my big goal. That's where I'm going, big goal wise. Just continued cultivation and development of 6-figure witch, because I just see such amazing big things happening in that group and for the members of that platform. So putting a lot of my focus and effort into promoting and supporting 6-figure witch, and a lot of travel.
For everyone that's tuning in, can you just give a little brief on 6-figure witch for them, just in case?
Yes. So 6-figure witch is a online business coaching platform that Dane Thomas and I developed. For those of you that don't know Dane Thomas, he's the creator of The Spiral. That's actually how I met Jackson. We were in Spiral practitioner training together a few months ago. And So Dane and I really wanted to create a platform where people with spiritually based businesses or in the spiritual space that were entrepreneurs or business owners could come and really up level their businesses, and be able to do that with, through in a way where it's like, we're not giving you all the boring business advice, but we're giving you our transmission. So it's being in a container with me and Dane, and 4 other amazing support team, crew, boss witch squad, and being and the goal there really is to take all of these people in this platform and help them reach 6 figures a year. And the great news is like, and upward from there, right? We've already got a couple people in the group that are doing 500,000 a year, and so like they're finding value, and it's just about up leveling your business in a supportive environment where there are people who get you, right? And we're doing it for $50 a month, because for us, we felt like all the really good masterminds were very expensive, and all of the affordable stuff was shit because it was run by people who couldn't afford to pay their own rent. So it was like, what can we offer to the community? And we're both Dane and I are so excited about it. So that's 6 Figure Witch.
And I can speak to, I'm in the group, I'm involved in this. I fucking love it. It's a great space to be in. And it's really unique in the sense that, it's not going to get your practical cookie cutter, like here's a little strategy on this and that. It's it's special because there's a transmission there. There's also a good group energy, and there's some really valuable stuff that will just, it's the small things that drop in that are like, oh, that's the shift I was looking for, and it's just being involved in an ongoing, it's like, I look at it like Netflix for spiritual business people. It's just like, basically the same price of Netflix you get for a month. But for spiritual business owners and people that want to break through for that as well. So I'll drop in a link and change the description up above so that anyone that's on the live can check that out. And sweet. And so you mentioned travel as well in the next 6 months that, you're really looking into. What places are we looking at here?
We're going to Thailand in 2 weeks. So I'm excited about that. I've never been to Thailand, so we're going to Thailand. I don't know where we're going. My husband plans all of that kind of stuff, but we're going to Bangkok for a little bit, but we're going to some island in Thailand. So I'm excited about that. I will be back in Australia. I'm in Bali right now. I don't know if I said that, but I will be in Australia at the end of October. No. I think I'm going to London the first part of November, and then I'll be in Australia for Advanced Spiral Prac and Womb Spiral with Safiria Bell the end of November, beginning of December. Back to the United States at some point before the end of the year, and then I will be spending 2 weeks in Sayulita, Mexico in January. So that's at least what's planned for right now.
I love it. Traveling. I'm so excited for the advanced clearing. I'll see you there as well. Look, we're going to open up the space for any questions. If you have any questions, we're going to wrap things up here in the next 5 minutes. Drop them in now down below. And Leah, can you basically, and I'm lack of better languaging here, but advice to anyone that's looking to change their game, play life differently. And I want to say a lot of my audience, or not a lot, but some of my audience that I'm trying to reach out with this show in particular, people that are kind of like getting out of high school, going into, whether they're in university already, or maybe they just freshly graduated from university. So kind of structuring the advice towards that.
Yeah, find a mentor. Find a mentor that has what you want. Find somebody that you can work with, that you can look up to, that you that can help you save time, right? Like, and a mentor doesn't have to be somebody that you pay a whole lot of money to, but it's like, find somebody that has what you want, and don't take no for an answer. If you want them to work with you, like, don't take no for an answer. Find a way to work with them. Do whatever you have to do to work with that person. It will change your life, I promise you.
I'm gonna just let that sink in for everyone. That advice, like, alone, that wisdom, that deeply resonate with that. And anyone that's watching, like, if you have stayed on for this long, that was a gemstone, because it's so true. Especially in a space when you're coming out of, say, high school or university, and you're in the space of what's next, you'll know deep inside of who is transmitting what it is you want to become. And in terms of saving time, which is so key. And I'm realizing more and more time is such a like a precious commodity. And it's like, how are you using your time? You know, how you're spending your time. And in terms of saving time and being involved with a mentor and not settling for a no from them, you know, it could be the simple case of I remember a couple of years back, there was this job I really wanted. Like, you know, it was an outdoor place. I had all the things that I wanted in terms of a job. And I remember, and the first thing I got was a no from there. And the second thing, a no. So I said, you know what, I'm going to work here for free. I'm gonna work here for free for days on end and then boom, next thing you know, they saw the value in who I was and what I was about, and then I had the job, and it's like, cool, I got that. I learned a lot. I saved a lot of time in terms of growth and progression. So just something for everyone to take note on. And yeah, look, Leah, thank you so much for jumping on board last minute. And with the transmission, the value that we've given to this call, I know some people will tune in. I'll change the description up above so we're not getting too confused. It's like, whoa, Aaron's a girl, a woman, a beautiful woman. It's like, where did that happen? Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching as well. And enjoy. Did you say you had a drink to go to now? Like you had a
Yeah,
drink?
I have a gin and tonic that I'm drinking, and I'm actually waiting. Catherine Rollins is arriving from Australia tonight to come spend a few days with me. So just kind of waiting on her to get here. Yeah.
She's awesome. I was just talking to her before. That's awesome. All right, take care. Lots of love.
Thank you.
I'll see you at advanced prac training.
Yes, absolutely. Bye, love.